Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 158. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Kyle Muehlberger.
Hi.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, hi.
I think it's a light show.
A light show?
A light show.
Oh my
and a
God,
late
those
show.
are my favorite.
And oh, you mean a light show?
Like with lights.
Yeah. So we're just going to have a light show on an audio podcast. Yeah.
Those were the lights. You missed them.
There they go. You missed out, so thank you for tuning in.
Bye, I guess.
Yeah, I have not played much in the last week. Have you played much in the last week?
I thought about playing much.
Me too.
I mean, that's not true. We've played games.
We've played games, but...
We've been so heavy on this, like...
I know, that's why...
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just not. And it sucks. It's not like we're doing a disservice. I'm pretty goddamn close.
I know, but you still sound muffled.
Well, you know what they say.
If you sound muffled, you're gonna be,
a buffle.
Low.
Oh. Bill.
Yeah, I mean, we've played things, but they're,
It's the same thing we've been playing, and it would be a disservice to continue to speak on them.
There's nothing new to say.
Yeah.
We're just treading...
Still angry. Still doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
When I was at the bank today...
Tell me of this.
I was at the bank today.
Yes.
Dealing with all that shit that happened.
Yes.
So, it's so weird, because when I was 16, I never thought that I would be spending an hour and some change at a bank.
Mm-mm.
Like, that's too much of an adult thing to be like, I have to go take care of this. This is important. I don't want to go to the bank.
No, I don't want to be there.
So, I was at the bank, and it's right across the street from a GameStop. And I was like, maybe I should go get No Man's Sky. But then it was like, I don't want to spend $60 on No Man's Sky.
Same thing.
And it's because while it does seem like a very fun game, for a very limited amount of time.
Yes.
And I'm not going to go to Redbox, because fuck them. I'm not going to go and get a GameFly account, because that's
fuck them.
Dumb, and fuck them. Because let's say I go to GameFly and I get a free trial. There's no guarantees that I would even get the game right away, because I'm sure everyone else is renting it. So
the thing with No Man's Sky, I was talking to a guy at work who I'd like to have on the show soon. And he was telling me he loved it, and there's absolutely no feeling like when you first sit down and boot it up and you take off into space, or however the fuck it
I'm
opens.
sure it's a great feeling.
No, he said it's incredible, and when you first land on a planet and you're wandering around, you're like, holy shit, man, like this is fucking crazy, and I'm the only person that's ever going to see this, and this is fucking weird and cool, and look at all this cool stuff. And then the next thing is like, okay, I need to leave this planet, so I need to get these materials to leave the planet. So you're like, cool, I'm going to adventure through the planet, I'm going to grab these things. And you build your ship up, and then you leave the planet, and you're like, whoa. And you get to a new planet, and he said it's still like really, really cool, like awesome, I'm exploring, and I'm just in space, and I'm flying. And then it's like, well, now I want to leave the galaxy. And then you do that, and then that's kind of it. So he said he put about like 40 hours into
leave the galaxy, and then what?
That's it. I mean, you leave the galaxy and you go find other planets that are outside of that galaxy.
Yeah.
He said, like, you really just keep building your ship up, leaving planets, exploring planets to build your ship up, to then leave that planet to go to a new planet.
And that's the thing. It's like, oh, it's really cool that each is randomly generated, and you may come across a planet that no one else will ever come across.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we'll never know unless they put multiplayer in. So until the day that they put multiplayer in, and you can not like tag planets with spray paint, or like you can leave like an identifier there. So like until like I land on a planet and I see like someone drew a dick in the sand, I don't really give a shit, because the idea of like, because I've heard you can have space battles or whatever, like with like, or you can put something on your
but even still like that doesn't.
It seems fun to me, but I want to shoot someone else out of the space.
That my thing is like,
not even out of it; they would just float.
I don't really know what I want out of a game like that.
I think it's.
I don't know if I want.
People say it's a futuristic Minecraft. I mean, I don't believe that for a fucking second. Because in Minecraft, yes, you have a very finite space.
Sure.
You can see your entire map while it is not all explored. If you load up an area,
yeah,
it's still you see the borders, you see the end, like the edge of what you can and cannot touch.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, you can go underground and go to... I don't really give a shit. Like, to me, I did it because I wanted to build cool shit and see how high up I could go and do stupid shit and survive. And, like, with this, it's like, okay, cool, I get to survive, I get to fight, I get to fly around in a spaceship. But it's very, like, I feel like I don't even think I'd be able to put 40 hours into it before being like, I hit the wall and I'm kind of over it.
I think he was the reason he was able to put 40 hours into it is because you spend so much time just wandering around the planet.
No, and it's no like this is no slight againds people who are putting hours.
No.
It's just like me personally, I want to explore because I think it's great. I think it is I think not too many games allow you to explore now. That's why I loved Uncharted so much. Was because you were like exploring in a way and seeing all these new things that you wouldn't see. Well, no, like. I'm some asshole from Maryland. I would never be able to see a majority of these awesome, beautiful places. And like, sure, like they are fictional. Well, they are real, but the situations in these exact places where he goes and ventures are fictional. Yeah. So it's one of those things of like you want to explore, which is nice, right? But then you always want more, and that's the problem. Is yes, this game was too hyped. No, it is not the developer's fault. I don't think it's their fault. They didn't overpromise. That's the thing. Like they told you what this game was about, but you have websites and
I've seen all the crap.
And it's just like that's not fair. But I understand it's not like it's just excitement.
Right, but there are. I don't know when this was announced like
what, 2. Sorry, that's what Bud was.
This was Bud was. This was announced in 2013, I think.
Holy fuck!
Because it was at the Video Game Award. Yeah, this is a while ago.
With Mila Kunis?
Yeah. And it seemed really, really rad, but
it does. And that's
the more we saw about it, or the more they told us about it, was like they didn't really tell us anything more. Like they never.
Yeah.
I never got like, over the last 3 years knowing that this game existed. I never got a feeling that like. I kept asking like, okay, this is cool how it's made, but what else is it? It's like.
And do you think that's an issue with the type of game that it is, or is that just an idea with consumers for games now? Like, this is a cool game, but what's coming with it? Because I find myself doing that a lot.
I think that this is a problem of the time that we live in, and I think it's a problem with. I think that's the big problem is that we live in an era where everything is accessible and everything is whatever. So people who have followed this game, we've known everything there is to know about it for so long. And we're on Twitter, we're on whatever, we're doing AMAs on Reddit with the developers. We're doing all this shit and we're seeing behind the curtain. We're seeing how the meat is made from the very start. And there's a game like this, I think, is dependent on two things. It's dependent on the discovery element and the sharing element. And what I mean by the sharing element isn't the way that we're sharing everything now, which is again part of the problem of just like Twitch and YouTube and everything is everywhere and look at this thing I'm doing. But I think that this is a game dependent on going in completely blind would have changed this game entirely. If I just handed you No Man's Sky, if this was 1991 and the only thing I saw was a screenshot of Nintendo Power, and I pop it in, booting it up and going like, wait, what do I do? Oh, shit, I'm flying. Okay, cool, I'm on this planet. That's one thing. And then the playground effect of like, I went to a place and it had this weird monster and he fell from the sky and he looked like Frankenstein. And then I called him my dad and like all that weird shit. And it's like, you don't fucking know if I'm lying. Like,
because this game is not a sandbox, but it's
all randomly generated. Like I've seen some of the shit that people are posting of like scary, creepy looking things, or just cool looking fucking things. And it's like, how did this creature has 9,000 arms and 16 eyes and like a butt for a face.
For a butt.
Yeah, a dick for a butt. And
it's amazing and it's so fun, but it's
squandered because of the world that we live in.
I'm not trying to say, I hate social media, because I don't. I think it's hilarious. I love seeing certain people Twitter. But it's... When it comes to games, especially this, because it was a very small team.
Right.
and they were able to pull this off. And I believe that it's a great game. I believe that it's fun.
I don't.
But
that's my problem. Is
you
that,
don't believe it's
no,
a great
I don't.
game. I think maybe I'm not using the word.
I think it is an impressive thing that a small team was able to do this, and so does the rest of the world, because that is exactly what everyone just keeps echoing. It's like, wow, how impressive of a feat it is. I'm not discounting that fact. I think it's rad the way that it is procedurally generated. It is all randomly generated. That is dope, but this isn't a game. Like, this is just a thing, and that's fine.
Because the game has objectives. Like, I mean,
and this does have an objective.
Well, I mean, like, there is an end game.
I know. And apparently this does have all that stuff. And I'm speaking to someone who has not played it and has no interest in playing it.
I have an interest. I would like to play it.
I know I do. I almost bought it the other night.
I don't want to drop $60. I don't want to rent it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rent it, you know. But
Blockbuster closed down, which is another problem.
The real question is, how long till we find it on PS Plus?
I don't know.
Even as a deal, like, even it's just like 10%, 20% off.
At the earliest, October.
Because I've seen there's been a few games that, like, a week after launch or something had like been like 10% off for PS Plus.
Not this. This is too high profile.
It's too, I think that's the thing that sucks. It's not that it's so high profile.
And this still it's high profile enough that even if everyone, like, gave it scathing reviews and talked shit about it and said, oh, this is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If everyone did buy into this, like, you know, Reddit culture of, like, oh, we're lied to and we're ripped off.
Yeah.
All that, whatever. And I'm not arguing whether that's true or false or whatever. Let's just say everyone buys into it and everyone says, fuck this game. Damn. The game has still been too heavily promoted it's so heavily promoted that it can ride on that without needing the discount.
Yeah.
Even if that discount was just 10%, it doesn't even need that. Right now, the people who are going to buy it are still going to buy it. The people who are reading how pissed off everyone is are going to go buy it anyway to see why everyone's pissed off.
That's how it is for everything. Well,
sure.
A majority of things. Like, if I'm pissed at a movie, we make the rounds. It's that.
Right.
But I don't know.
It's a cool simulator, but that is all that it is to me, and that's kind of it.
I would accept it as a gift. So if anybody out there listening wants to gift me No Man's Sky, so I don't have to spend $60. If you're mad that you bought it, give it to me.
There you go. Send it to Kyle.
Exchange something.
Well,
nothing physical.
All right.
A high five.
You'd swap a high five.
I would swap a high five for No Man's Sky. I went to go high five Kristen the other day.
Yeah.
And her arm was not, like, taut enough.
Sure.
And I smacked her really hard, and it hit her right in the face.
Great job.
I almost broke her glasses.
That's what's meant to happen.
Would
you exchange a lock of your hair for the game?
Yeah, why the fuck do I? Yes. Perform voodoo with my hair.
Very good.
What's the worst that could happen? I die? I'll probably want to die after I play the game.
After you play that game.
But like that, I think it's... I love Easter eggs in games, and I love finding little silly things. So in this, is like, I don't even know if there would be Easter eggs in this. How would you go about putting Easter eggs into that, you know? Because when I play a lot of these Rocksteady Batman games, I love tracking these down.
But that's different because you're a fan of that character.
But it would be cool, like, if they showed, like...
You want to see Joe Danger on his motorcycle riding around the background of No Man's Sky?
I would like to see Chris Pratt in No Man's Sky.
I don't know, it could happen.
That would be great.
That would be good.
Or, like, a Cheez-It with arms and legs walking around.
See, shit like that, it's cool, but that's the shit you're not going to see. This feels too samey for me. Like, yes, everything is... I don't know. Everything's different, but everything's also the same. It's just... I don't know. Am I being reductive?
I don't even know.
I should look more into this game before I cast such a broad
literally
statement.
Everyone does that.
I know this, but still.
It's just...
It seemed to me, I'm very happy that I did not do the thing that I've done before.
Maybe you just
Fallout 4, where I just buy it.
Yeah, I think I was with you when you bought it and downloaded it. Or I was with you when, like, the day after when it was finished downloading, and we sat there on Character Creator.
Yeah.
The entire time, and I was just like,
why?
Not like I wasn't bored. That's not the right word. It's like I told you that you're not going to play this game.
I know. I
knew that you weren't going to play this game because it's not you. It's not a Joe game.
I know.
So I think it was the hype got like the best of everyone.
It did,
except for me because I was broke.
Right.
And that's what's great.
That's the fucked up part too. Is the hype didn't even get me. Because that whole time, no, like the hype was like I didn't care when they announced it. I was like, okay, great, another one of these. I don't really give a shit. And then
I'm just sick of end of the world games. Like we get that it's like it's a fear, but it's also not a fear.
No, but then like all year long,
like everyone's loved these games from the get go.
And I loved 3. That was the weird thing. But then I think 4 was too much like 3 that I just didn't.
I can't say that I've played a Fallout game for more than 2 hours.
3 was great because it was a.
Was that when Liam Neeson was your dad?
Yeah. No, I played it during a blizzard when I had nothing. Work was closed.
Yeah.
I don't think I was in school at the time.
I miss blizzards, but I'm also very worried about blizzards.
Why?
So, this coming year,
yes.
Maybe we'll get a bad winter again. We'll have a blizzard.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
I need good games.
I
want to have good games. If I don't have good games, I'm gonna go fucking insane. I've literally been so pissed that my PS4 has just been a Netflix machine for me.
You know what? Can we put a pin in this?
Yes.
Let's do this as our topic of the week. Let's think on this. Let's start thinking now.
Okay.
It's August. It's hot as fuck. We hate everything.
Yeah.
We'll return to this episode in 4 months, and we'll look back on what we said in the back half of the show. What are the games that we're going to play when we get snowed in this year?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So we'll think about that for after the break, and that'll be our topic. All right, we'll come back to that. But, yeah, Fallout 3 I played in the Blizzard, which I think got me through that. Nice Blizzard game. But Fallout 4 just didn't... I don't know.
I don't know. That is...
But to that, I mean, like, yeah, I fell for the flavor of the week thing. I fell for the excitement in the end of it. Like, all year long, everyone talking about it after E3, didn't give a shit. And then, hey, everybody's playing it, let me get this thing and join in. Oh, it's the same, I don't care anymore.
And that's the problem.
But I'm happy that I didn't do that with No Man's Sky. Because it seems like everybody got it, and they're like, oh, it's the most amazing thing.
I don't know but would you, because you are a completionist, I would say.
Right.
So I think it might be weird to say that it makes sense that you kind of dropped Fallout. Because you've played that before. You've played that story. Because everyone fucking has played that story.
Yeah.
Like, it's at this point, it's just not original.
So you're saying, I've seen it from beginning to end, and therefore I don't need to complete it again.
But with No Man's Sky, you have had nothing like this.
But haven't I?
Have you?
Yeah, because I watched the trailer. And to me,
problem solved, right?
To me, this game is a trailer. To me, this game is an idea. To me, this game is a story that you tell. It is no more impressive to me than...
Well, it's No Man's Sky, so...
It was no more impressive to me than what we were originally told. Hi, this is a procedurally generated game where every time you play it, every world is different and no world will be seen by the same person twice. Or we're not... Whatever. And that is cool. And then you see gameplay footage of it, and you see what it looks like to go to different worlds. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, once you do that, okay, great. Yeah, I got it. My imagination can fill in greater things than that. Mm. It's the same thing where... Stranger things than that. It's the same thing where we see a trailer for a movie, that Justice League trailer. Perfect example, right? We're so stoked for that movie. But that's because we're stoked for what we see, but we're not stoked about what's in there. Obviously, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But we're stoked not for what Barry Allen's saying and how he's interacting with Bruce Wayne. We're stoked for everything that we assume happened before and after.
Yeah.
But what we assume and all the stuff that we're creating, because it's always better in our head than it ever could be in reality.
Yeah, but I think it's
very
different.
seldom can it be better than what we create in our head.
Yeah, but
it can be enough to get us by, and enough that a story is exciting enough. I'm not saying that we're always the best creators, because obviously people do things that we can't do. But
yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things that
I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's just you get it. Like
right.
You could tell this story 1,000 times. Like it's boring to say. Like that's what it is. And you might not be meaning to. That's not. But you're trying to say.
Here's red grass. Here's a thing running through me that's weird looking. Okay, let me go to another planet.
It's
okay,
literally
the grass is yellow.
Game as if you took the Dr. Seuss universe and just threw it
right
at a planet.
Right.
And while it is cool because space exploration is this cool thing because it seems so like far away on this level at least that we want to fantasize about it because it is a very fascinating idea to be able to fly around in something that looks like an X-wing and explore new things that could be safe or life-threatening. And like it is cool that some planets have different atmospheres that could cause you harm, and then you got to go upgrade your suit or something and your ship,
and that's fine, but that still doesn't like that's not a game to me. I mean, it is a game, but it isn't. I don't care. Like
it seems more or less like a point and click adventure. Like if you take point and click adventures, or at least like the ones that had a little more to them. Oh, you had to do this and then go. Oh, backtrack, do this. So basically, what's a game where you needed to get to something and you needed to go back and then do this and upgrade and then you could go do this. So it's just.
And everything has that. I mean, we could boil a lot of things down to those elements, but I think that the difference here is I don't know what more there is than just a technical showcase. Because it is technically impressive. It is neat. It's a neat idea. But again, I don't know.
And the thing that sucks is that neither of us have played it.
I know.
So
this is coming from a place of just, like, assumption.
We've seen it. Yeah. So we're becoming those people who we don't like.
Well,
but with this, it is. I
think there's valid. Yeah.
Yeah. We've played more than enough. Well, we're not. We're not real gamers.
It's true. It's very true. I think like a good joke. You know what I mean? Once you hear the punchline, you kind of can't. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It's just over. You've heard that joke.
Yeah.
It's done. And then once we've seen the one thing, it's like, well, you can set it up any way you want, but I still know the punchline.
And I also I don't think anything. I mean, with the exception of multiplayer, could help this game.
I don't either.
I don't think if they're like, hey, we added some DLC where there's a story. Like, no, I wouldn't want to fucking do that because when you throw in a story to a randomly generated game, then nothing is randomly generated. Yeah, unless you can opt to do that story or opt to just adventure.
I think the part of the thing that's rad about randomly generated games is in the case of a Spelunky, what else? Why is Spelunky the only example I can come up with right now?
Minecraft,
right?
And that one
even though
there was social elements to it.
Well, with a Spelunky, it's randomly generated and it's. So that's a challenge based game where you're
point to point.
Right, you're trying there is a direct goal in each level and the randomly generated thing it adds enough that's differentiating this being randomly generated is quite different obviously because it's slower. You're going through and exploring these worlds and that's neat. Could VR help it?
I think VR would
It would be more immersive.
I wouldn't say it's a step forward, but a step to the side because it's still the same shit. And while it is oh hey, I can see the same shit that I would if I was just sitting on a chair, but now you're just sitting on a chair with glasses over your face.
I guess so.
And while it would be cool to feel completely immersed in this new environment, you still get the same result. You're still just all right, well, I gotta go do something to get a new part for my ship. And if it's just a randomly
it is the same game
generated planet, how the fuck am I finding shit? What am I finding for my ship? A panel with a bunch of electric shit on it?
No, apparently zinc.
You need zinc. That helps. Does it help with speed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. So
and it sucks because I don't want to come off as oh, he's seen just trailers and articles, and it's just I mean, honestly, I would play it if someone was here, play this fucking game.
Me too.
To prove me wrong. Give me the game. This is a challenge to you.
Challenge. Yes. So I don't know.
Or maybe it's just not our type of game.
I don't think it's anybody's type of game. I think it is an exciting prospect that...
If they could build from this and do more, then I bet their next project, if they learn from this one and still use some of their key elements, they could have a great game on their hands.
It's a green banana. You've bought it, you're excited to eat it, but you can't open the goddamn thing. And if you manage to get a piece of it open and you take a bite out of it, it just doesn't taste right. But you know one day it will.
Buy a green banana. I mean, I know it's a metaphor, but...
It's a great metaphor.
It's okay.
Pretty good.
Some people are allergic to bananas.
Then it's a green banana.
We just said...
What? I thought of you this morning.
Great! What happened?
I was on the way to work.
Uh-huh.
And there was a Jeep that had a cover on the back of it. And on the back of the cover, it said Jeep, but instead of the 2 E's, it was paw prints. But it didn't make it look like it said Jeep. It looked like it just said Jupe. And I heard the word Jupe in my head, and I was like, that's a Kyle word.
I love when people do stupid shit like that. We get it, you have dogs,
great,
fuck off.
Great job.
You've got 2 dogs maybe, or maybe you just have 1 dog, and those are his front paw prints or his back. I'm not going to judge.
But you're also now just a man driving around in a Jupe Wrangler.
Jupe. Yeah, I got this Jupe Wrangler. Well, Jupe Strangler, because he killed his dog.
He did. Oh, it's all over.
I am not a fan of bumper stickers either.
No.
I don't give a shit about who you're voting for, because either way, I bet you're an asshole. If you go out and spend, I don't know, $8 on a bumper sticker that says "Make America Great Again" "I stand with her," like, I don't give a fuck. Stand on the side of the road.
Regardless of what it is, here's my thing. When's the election this year?
November.
Of course it's November. What's the date?
18th.
Sure. Let's say November 18th. On November 19th,
they're useless.
Useless.
I feel bad for everyone who bought a Bernie sticker.
Even let's say you bought a Bernie sticker and he went all the way. Even if he wins, all those ones that say like "Vote Obama,"
I love those.
But
I love ones that say "Don't blame me, I voted for Ehrlich," and I'm sitting here and I'm just like, well, that's the same as irrelevant.
I don't even know what an Ehrlich is anymore.
That's a Pokemon.
It doesn't. I don't.
I love some. I mean, I don't love any, to be honest. There are some that make me laugh. Or but if I see like cool, like, oh, like that guy has like this from a video game, like that's cool. Just leave just one little small decal. That's fine. You don't need to load up
a decal. Something different.
No, yeah. Or like a back thing on them. But I don't need to see like your entire back fucking of your car say coexist in just different colors. Like there's no point of that. Or that's PETA or Save the Whales. Granted, that country needs help, but I just don't understand. There's so many bumper stickers in the world. You know,
Christian Bale's from Wales.
He is from Bale's from Wales. Bale's for Wales.
Bale's for Wales.
Why?
Fries for Wise.
Fries for Wise. That's my bumper sticker. I would buy that. Extra fries for extra wise, and that's because if you leave your mouth open long enough, they're gonna spill out. So you need some spares. I'm not going into detail about it. I'm just saying. Okay, so
were you here last week?
No, I was not here last week. I'm pretty sure I was in Cape May last week.
Right. You weren't here last week. How was Cape May?
It was fun.
Yes.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
More than I wanted to. Went to Philly.
Philadelphia. Right, you were searching the back of the Declaration of Independence for
Harambe.
Right.
I feel like I wanted to do something about Harambe while I was there. I passed the Declaration Hall. And I was like, I remember Nick Cage and Sean Bean doing their thing in there.
That's true.
They had a very nice scene where they were just talking. I remember that scene very vividly for some reason. I don't know why. I always feel bad because right near the Liberty Bell, there's these guys who have the horse-drawn carriages.
Sure.
I know you've been to Philly, so don't act like you haven't.
Yes, but I've been by the Liberty Bell since I was 9.
Well, I don't go to the Liberty Bell, oh, look at this fucking bell. I go there because that's a hub for me, and I can figure out where everything is from there.
I'm proud of you for that, but I just haven't been by there.
Okay, well, don't go there, because it's annoying, and it's stupid. You deal with so many fucking people. But...
go to one of the most popular tourist attractions on the East Coast, and it's popular.
We went in there at the end of our trip just to go to the bathroom, and they were very mean to us.
Did they let you pee in the Liberty Bell?
Trying to close. Yeah, they do. It's weird. They think that pee will help seal it again.
It won't.
Well, you know how the Liberty Bell was cracked, right?
Jupes?
It's the Jupes.
The Jupes.
We are pronouncing that P.
Yeah.
So the guys with the horse-drawn carriages.
Yes.
There's a line of them, and I feel like the closer they are to the Liberty Bell, the nicer they are.
Okay.
And then you get towards the end, and there's some guy who's wearing just like looks like an old Metallica t-shirt that's just so old to the point to where the word Metallica is faded.
And his vest is made out of his old horses.
Not even... His vest is made out of his ex-wife's hair. But his band tee is just so faded that the band name is gone, and just some red explosion type stuff is still lingering.
That's just bleach stain. That's what
I'm assuming. And he's wearing these I think they're like cargo shorts.
They're called capris.
Man-prees.
Yes.
And I don't know if he had his phone playing music in the carriage.
He doesn't
Or he shoved a stereo into the horse.
Right.
But there was a hairband playing while he was waiting. And I think if I wanted anyone to show me Philly, it would be this guy.
Sure.
And every time someone would walk by, horse ride, horse-drawn carriage, $40. Okay, $40 for two people. Seems steep. But for a family... It seems like a good deal.
That is a good deal.
Right?
So did you borrow a family?
No, I avoided it. It was weird. I was taking down a gym.
Yeah.
And I had to stand right, across from him to do so. And it was very awkward because he kept, looking at us and was like, no, I'm doing something on my phone. Don't talk to me, you crustacean.
I would have tried to borrow a family.
There's so many families. There's 2 to pick. I called a little girl a thought.
Of course you did. You were in public, so that doesn't surprise me.
And we were in this really nice Italian place, and also the outside of this Italian place. No, the outside of this Italian place looked like it was just a regular old casual dining place.
Yeah.
They had happy hour, and I was like, that's casual enough for me.
Sure.
And their outside tables look like old shitty wooden tables they bought from a Big Lots.
Because they bought them from a shitty Big Lots. That's the truth.
But the inside was just you look too nice for me. But luckily it was lunchtime. So there were business people there having lunch together. And I roll in and I'm sweaty because I walked a ton of fucking blocks.
Yes.
And I've been angrily saying no to the homeless.
Calling young
girls thoughts. Getting angry that some woman tried to put this weird beaded bracelet on my girlfriend's wrist, and then getting mad when we said we didn't carry cash. It's 2016. Normal people don't carry cash.
We're over it.
I grow up.
Yeah.
I have a good story about the homeless man.
And there's no excuse anymore. You can get a Square reader for free.
Yeah.
So come on.
Put them in, but they take a percentage. You're lucky you're getting anything.
Right.
Grow up.
Right.
All right. So that's the thing.
Modernize.
What?
Modernize.
Could you imagine? Well, you just swipe your card, man. No, fuck no.
I'd still say no.
So good, yeah. Sorry, I only have cash. I'll take it. Nah, I can't. Sorry.
Yep. We'll hit a point where cash doesn't matter anymore. Right?
Yeah.
We just have credits, silver, and their credits are a time, and we're all Justin Timberlake and that other girl with the wig.
I saw that movie in theaters.
Why would you do that?
So, my girlfriend at the time wanted to go see this movie. And I was working, I think I was working at Vans, maybe when it came out. It was called In Time.
Okay, great.
So, obviously,
In Time, you'll learn that this is a mistake.
Just in time.
That you saw this movie.
And it was awful. It was such a bad fucking movie.
Yeah.
And
they tried to warn you when they put Justin Timberlake in the movie.
He's a triple threat!
Well.
No, So, Philly was fun. I don't need to go into every detail about Philly. Had some good times. Got attacked by a cat. I don't know if I told you this.
You did not tell me this one.
So it was after I went to the comic shop.
Okay.
I made sure to stop by a comic shop because I wanted to pick up All-Star Batman.
Sure.
So we did that. Rick?
Yep, there he is.
So we did that, and then we were trying to figure out what to do until these other bars opened. And we went to this there's a pet shelter, an animal shelter, right across the street from the comic shop. So we went over there, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Maybe they'll have some cute pups, because I'm in the is it the business? I'm in the business? What is it called? I'm in the blank?
I'm in the building.
That's what I said when I walked in. I'm in the building, guys.
I'm in the building.
I'm in the, whatever. I am open for a pup.
Yeah.
Fuck. I am looking to adopt a dog.
Guys, I'm in the. Is it okay if I park my Jupe out here? But I wanted to touch dog.
I'm open for a pup. A pup can come.
Yes.
So, there were no pups.
Do you take cash? No pups.
No pup. Well, there's one pup in the very back. But obviously, like,
what was his name?
I don't remember its name.
Was it Steve?
It was Pitbull the rapper.
Oh.
So he's having a hard time.
Oh, shit.
He's stuck in Philly.
Well.
So there were a lot of cats. A shit ton of fucking cats. Probably like 40 fucking cats in this goddamn building alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, sitting there, and the woman's like, oh, there's 3 rooms. There's 3 rooms that you can go into.
Uh-huh.
Playroom 1, playroom 2, and then playroom 3, obviously.
What if they skipped 3 and went right to 5?
Well, excuse me?
That would have been, yeah.
So, we go into playroom 1. There's an orange cat who is just so fat and sleeping.
Named?
Enrique.
Iglesias?
Yes.
All right.
And then there was this all black cat named, I want to say like Midnight, a classic black cat
Black cat name.
Now, this cat, as soon as I opened the door, Kristen got through first.
Uh-huh.
And then I walked through and this cat was, boom, out the fucking door.
Sure.
And I was like, shit.
Midnight.
All right.
Gotta go.
So I...
Lights out.
I didn't even... well, I'm not going to say I chased after this cat. I just walked. I was like, I'm not in the business of walking or chasing a cat. Mm-hmm. Went behind the person's desk and I was like, hey, just grab him. I was like, number one, you don't need to hate your job when you're dealing with these very homeless cats. Mm-hmm. So I picked him up, put him back in the room, whatever. Sitting there trying to play with him. He's okay. The other one's sleeping. And I didn't realize that he was sleeping on this thing and it was a giant hamster wheel. But I didn't know that it was a hamster wheel.
Because he's a cat, and why would there be a hamster wheel inside of a cat?
So I went to go pet him, and he was sleeping. This is adorable. He was soft. And I put my hand on like the top of it just to rest it, and then whoop! And he like woke up and then fell back asleep. Or died. I don't know.
Not sure which one.
So there's Midnight sitting on the ground, weaving between our legs. And I try to open the door, and he's trying to like dart out. So I'm like, okay, we gotta game plan this. Yeah. He keeps like jumping at our feet, and I was like, this is an asshole. We have to get out of this room. So we try to like leave, and like I'm trying to block the door so we can get out. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick him up, and I'm just gonna place him behind me when I leave. When I go pick him up, he just bites my fucking arm. I was like, god damn it, we can't deal with these cats. And I remember his bio said he's very loving. In what world is that loving? It's a kink.
False. Yeah. Did you edit that for them?
I was like, this cat's a fucker.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do not adopt.
Period.
Maybe kill. I don't know how that works.
I can't speak to that, but hey, I mean, if that's what happens, then...
So that was, then we went to a few bars. There's a bar that opened at 5 p.m. Okay. Apparently not.
Oh.
So if you have a website and your hours say that you open at 5 p.m. and we get there around like 5:15, you'd think you'd be open.
Door's unlocked.
Right?
Come on in.
So we're like walking to this bar and we see a bunch of people sitting outside. So we just assume, oh, cool. Like, so they're open. They've got customers already. No, those are the employees just chilling.
Tricked you.
Yeah. I go to like walk in and they're like, oh, we're not open yet. And we're like, what? They're like, oh, we open at 5:30. And I didn't want to be like, well, your website says this because I don't want to seem like a tourist.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. Fuck it.
Right.
Let's go walk around. So then they walk inside. And I guess maybe like to get ready to open up shop. Like DMX said. We're sitting at this outside table where they were once sitting, and this homeless man sauntering towards us.
You have way too many encounters with the homeless.
I don't want to get angry. So
breathe in.
He's being very dramatic, making these and like stumbling. He's wearing like basically a sweatsuit.
Okay.
He's got those like the gross like forest
same colored
forest pine green sweatpants
and
the same top.
Same. That's a good look.
And stumbling. You look like a pine needle.
That's a good look. Now that's is a good...
I mean, maybe if you're at home, or if you're Tom Hanks in the 90s in a movie about being like a writer.
No, that's where I'm at.
He wore that.
You know he has his own app?
Tom Hanks? What's it called?
Hanks Writer.
How great would it be if it was called World of T. Hanks? Like World of Tanks.
It's It's a fake typewriter developed by Tom Hanks. HANX writer. Look it up on your app store.
I just want to put, I mean,
what?
I will.
But no, that's a good outfit for snowed in the winter.
Yeah,
playing video games.
Not cracked out in Philly near me. Like, and it's just being very, very dramatic.
Sure, as you have to be.
He acts as if he's stumbling, and then he walks around us. And I'm like, her and I are both sitting, staring right down at our phone.
Yes.
And I'm like, our phone, we just have one phone.
We share a phone now.
And I was like, just don't look at him.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't look at him.
Yeah.
And he comes behind us on the other side of the bench and just like slams down. And it's like, oh, my leg. And I was just like, okay, why don't we just walk in a different direction?
Yep. Let's find a new bar.
Yeah. And we do that, and then luckily there's like cops like just a few like steps away. We're like, let me just chill by them.
Just hang up by the cops.
He's not gonna talk to us.
There's a tree over there. You look up in the tree. The man's top it.
So, he's still going on, and then I guess he got money from somebody. And then he went into this little like mini mart.
As you do.
And I was like, okay, cool. Let's go to the bar now. It's time. We're going to the bar. This is a fun story because the family that was sitting next to us they had a kid who was in theater. Yeah. Now, I do not mind kids. I don't mind theater kids.
Okay.
I have had personal experiences with theater kids when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And 80% of them thought they were better than me because they got cast in Annie when I didn't. But I didn't go out for any roles because I have better things to do with my time.
Yeah, you didn't audition. So it's
I'm
not like
obviously not going to be Annie or Mr. Warbucks when I look like Jamie Foxx to you?
No, it's true, but you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Kyle. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yes.
But still. So we're sitting there, order wings, as you do. I had wings so
How did you get to a bar?
I walked.
No, where in the story? Just a second ago, you were climbing trees with the homeless.
I was climbing trees with the homeless?
That's where I went with it.
No, I did not climb any trees with the homeless man.
All right.
We were out front of this bar.
Out front of the bar, and then he came up, so we walked a few feet away, and then he went into a mini bar, and then we went into the bar. Okay, got it.
So we escaped him, stealth mode.
Diverted.
So, divergent. We were sitting in this bar, and we're ordering our drinks, having a good time, and his family walks in. I think it's at like 2 tables down from us. We can hear everything they're talking about. Their daughter, let's name her
Hannah.
Hannah. That's a good fucking name.
I noticed.
For this character. Hannah apparently is in a play at a local theater nearby, and her mother is there.
What's the play called?
I don't know.
What should be
My American Cousin?
My American Cousin?
Is that the one that Lincoln died at?
I don't know. Is that a real?
I believe it's My Something Cousin. So...
That's Coming to America, right?
Coming to America, I watched the other day, by the way. And I love that movie.
The Canadian subtitle is My American Cousin. No. That's exactly.
I wish it was.
That's what it is.
Because there's no... That doesn't make any sense.
Coming to America, semicolon.
My American Cousin.
That's the straight to DVD sequel, yeah.
Great. So...
Hannah's
they're
ordering
Hannah's in a play. She's talking about some game they played where, well, I'm a cop and Daryl was he's in the mafia, and then Susan B. Anthony showed up and she was a detective, and someone else is this, but we can't let each other know that we're these roles, and they have to figure it out.
Oh, the card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mafia. I guess they do it different in theater. Where they don't, I don't know.
They don't use cards, they act it out.
Yeah, they just act everything out because why wouldn't you? Dealing with that, and like that's fine, like whatever.
So
like,
you're dealing with that.
I'm trying to. But it's one thing. Like imagine if you and I are sitting down somewhere trying to have like just a nice conversation. Like
my favorite thing is the juxtaposition of homeless man begging for money with a broken leg, and you have to deal with a girl in theater.
These are the things that I have to deal with in life. So Kristen and I are trying to enjoy our 1 year anniversary together, just hanging out, having a few drinks, and then the waitress brings water over to them, and I'm assuming that they, of course, were not happy with just their water,
right?
Because they also wanted lemons, which is fine. I don't care, but am
coming
a
from
server,
a waiting background,
someone I hate it.
When
if you want lemonade, tell me you fucking want lemonade.
No, they don't want lemonade. They just want a little bit of flavor in their water.
Yeah, break out the fucking sugar packets, guys. Happens to me all the fucking time. I'm gonna kick those people. Just be like, you want this? Leave. Just ask me for lemonade. I'm not gonna charge you for drinks. Just fucking ask me and then bail. Like, get the fuck out. So anyway, the waitress brings them lemons over. And let me quote the mother. Okay. Let me quote the mother.
All right. The mother's name is Carol?
Yes. All Carol. Right. Hi, I'm Carol. This is my daughter, Hannah.
Great.
Okay, and this is her partner. Like, ugh. So, Carol's sitting there, and the waitress brings over the lemons.
Yes. And
thank you. And she leaves.
Okay.
The waitress leaves. She comes back, and here's Carol again. You know, the way you brought those lemons over was so fun. I nearly lost my shit. Because at this point, I missed something. I had to have missed something in that 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, Hannah gave her cue cards, and she had to bring them in while doing a gesture with her left hand and winking with her right eye.
But how was that fun?
That's fun.
I want to know, like, did I miss this woman? Like, she threw them in every cup from across the room?
Yeah.
What did I miss? Why did that not happen to me? Also, my waitress?
She did them to the tune of Come As You Are by Nirvana.
I would leave. If any bar that I'm at starts to play Nirvana and I can somehow change it, I will. I don't want to hear it. They are over for a reason. That reason is, thank God, a shotgun. I just don't want to deal with it. So... my waitress seemed as if every night was a night at, like, a fucking EDM festival for this girl. Her outfit was, like, she was partying, like, you know, like...
Hannah or the waitress?
My waitress.
Your waitress, not the same lemon waitress.
Their waitress looked like a girl who... She looked so much like a church girl. And my waitress looked like... I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people who go to EDM festivals, but we know the culture behind... Well... The culture, the idea, these unspoken things that happen at EDM festivals with drugs, most music festivals. And her voice sounded as if...
I'm not saying I like blanket statements, but if I could just throw a blanket over this shit with a bunch of words, that's what I'm going to do.
It's so much easier.
You sound just like that, too.
She looked like... And her voice sounded like she drank just fucking glass.
I'm picturing...
Yeah, guys, thanks.
Okay. CPS took her baby.
But a little younger. And, like, she was nice. She was really nice.
Well, Bo was younger. Was that her name? Bo? What was the... Shit, I can't remember all the different names.
So many names.
Sue Bob, that was her name. That's what it was. Sue Bob White.
But, she wasn't a bad waitress. She was just, like... She was
ready to leave.
No, the day just started.
It doesn't matter.
I definitely understand what that's like.
Oh yeah.
But she was at like a few feet away from our table right after taking our order or dropping food off, and would just shout across the bar to
CPS took her baby.
Or her manager was like, "I need off Saturday," and I was like.
No, that's not what you do at work.
Yeah.
In front of customers.
Are you asking me?
She turned around, sir, we're not open yet. We're still closed.
You've already served me food.
But we're not, sir. We're closed.
So.
Go pee on the Liberty Bell.
Fine. But Philly was fun.
Yes.
Would
you go back?
I would go back.
5 out of 10 would return.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then the next day, spent it in Cape May. It was okay. It was our last day. In the Cape. I don't know. It was fun. Just thinking about how much I wanted to read.
Cape August?
Sorry?
What?
Did you Cape August?
That's
Cape May? Fuck! I get it.
I broke him.
I just...
Yeah?
I don't know. Like, it's not... I had a good time on the trip. I will say that.
Yes.
It sucked coming back because I didn't want to go back to work.
Yeah, that's always the worst.
No one
part.
ever wants to come back to work.
Even if I have 2 days off in a row, I just want to die. So...
Yeah, well, there was that 1 week. You had, like, a bunch of days off in a row. But I think it was, like, when you were still settling into moving.
Yeah, I took, like, a little mini vacation.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, but it also sucks, because...
Yeah. That's what sucks with me, because, like, my thing is, like, I've got to worry about bills, and I got to worry about this bank thing, and hopefully everything gets resolved fully 100%. But when you're serving, like, you have these shitty days.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have really awesome days.
Yeah.
But lately it's been, like, shitty days more often.
Yeah.
But when we were in Philly, I had a very heartfelt conversation that was sort of alcohol driven.
Sure. As they tend to
be.
But
it wasn't like anything. It wasn't anything negative. It was about, like, how when you get to a certain, not like a certain place in your life. That's not the right word or
right.
phrasing. It can be upsetting when you think you should be further ahead in something you want to do.
Yeah, but that's always a weird thing, because that's all relative. Like, I don't know. And it's also, like, I don't know. Like, you get out what you put in. And, like...
You get what you give. Who sang that song?
It's Marvin Gaye.
No, you not.
It was him. With Eddie Murphy in...
I'm not...
My American Cousin.
My American Cousin. Nico, do you want to go bowling?
Yeah. No, the... Fucking...
Nico, my cousin. Let's play darts.
Oh, man. It's Brucey.
You have that full shark testosterone.
I hate him. No, I think that, like this website should be further than it is. This podcast should be more popular than it is. But we're not doing anything to do... Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're just doing enough to get where we are now.
Isn't that the thing that sucks? Is because it's like, okay, so then what do we do? How do you move on from where you are?
You don't, because that's the way our personalities work. You know what I mean? We're always going to be, like, right there. It's like, I should have more money than I do, but I'm an asshole. And the second I get a little bit of money...
I'm an asshole.
Like, the second I'm like, oh, I have a little bit of extra money.
I wish
it's
that
like,
was an excuse, though. Like, I can't pay bills because I'm an asshole. And, like, you know what? We got you.
But it is and it isn't. Like, it's like, I got a little bit extra money, but now I need to go spend it somewhere. So it's okay. What can I buy? Okay, I'll just eat lunch. I'll buy lunch every day instead of taking lunch to work.
That's what happens to me. Wow.
Or I'll buy No Man's Sky even though I don't fucking want No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It's...
Well, I gotta test that.
I wish I could be a... No, but like, I should have finished a novel by now. But like, well, what am I doing to write a novel?
Reading or writing?
Either or.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything to make any progress in either.
And that's how I feel. And that's the thing. Like, so when you have days off, if you...
I sit on the couch in sweatpants.
That's what I will sit there.
I bought a green sweatsuit, and
that was you.
That was me.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Man, it's awful.
On my typical day off,
yes,
what I like to do is I will wake up and sit on my phone until. Not gonna lie. This morning I woke up at 7:30. No, I probably woke up at like 7.
Sure.
Went home, laid in bed, and was like, well, I should probably go to sleep, right? Get some more sleep.
Yeah.
Laid on my phone until my phone was at 20%.
From 100.
80, 90.
Okay, sure.
And I was like, ugh. Now I gotta move to plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I went onto the sofa, laid down for a bit, watched. What did I watch? It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna plug them.
No, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, shower. Well, while I'm drying off more, I can't go anywhere with wet hair. Played Pokemon.
Yes.
And then went to the bank, did that. But it's like, I have more free time than I think, but I don't get more done.
No.
And is it a lack of motivation, or is it a lack of...
I don't know how it is, because I think this is all... It's dependent on personality. But for me, I have a list of things that I need to get done. Let's just use the website as an example, since it's relevant to what we're recording.
Yeah.
Here's a list of things I have to get done. 5 things. And some of them are things that I could knock out in an hour. Some of them are things that I should probably spend 3 or 4 hours doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit down. What I'll end up doing eventually after a month of putting them off is sit down on one day off and get all of those things done in 5 hours back to back to back.
Yeah.
What I should do is take an hour each day. Because then you have that discipline you build. It's the same reason. That's why we go to school for 18 years. So that we get this like thing built into our head where, hey, you spend an hour doing this thing. You spend an hour doing this thing. You spend an hour doing this thing. And then like all of that stuff that's how life is supposed to go, I think.
I don't even know if that's true.
Or that's how, like, productivity can happen.
Spend an hour in the shower.
Yeah, you spend 1 hour in the shower. You spend 1 hour looking at yourself. You spend another hour making food. You spend another hour thinking about how you shouldn't eat it. Then another hour eating it.
Ooh,
but I mean, if I came home every day and I just spent an hour working on the website every day, just walk in the door, make some decaf because it's late at night, and then sit down and work on something that would build up the discipline, and I'd get more done in a week. But now I go, I don't feel like doing it. Or the other part of my personality does the thing where I see the list and I think, what things do I need to get done now? Oh, none of them. How would I get them done, though? And then in my head, I fill out all the details, and then that's good enough. That, like, triggers the same bit of serotonin or whatever chemical in the brain that I need to, you know what I mean, to feel accomplished.
I understand.
Same thing.
I'm the same way with me. Like, I want to write this awesome thing, but here I am,
rock you like
a... I will sit down at my desk and think, you know what, let's just because I like to write. I like to handwrite all my stuff.
Yes.
I feel like it's more of an accomplishment than typing. I've been this way for a while.
I do handwritten notes and then...
No, I like to write everything out. And then, but then I'll be like, let's pull this laptop open. Let's just see if there's any random, like, fun events on Pokemon that I can play.
Right.
But I'll get some stuff done. Like, I'll be like, you know what? Oh, before I do anything, I think I should write a bunch of character profiles. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, that is a good thing to have. It's like, all right, Kyle, maybe you don't need to go in too deep all the time. But it's like, oh, I feel accomplished because I'm doing these small little things that, well, it could help. But then it's just like, I do so
far away from the original
that I get tired of it. And I'm like, oh, this is boring. Why the fuck? And then I'm just like, I'll do it later. So I think that's very...
It's a tough thing. I think that's a personality thing. I don't think it's something that's... I think it's the same thing. It's the same thing as me being broke. Yeah. Because it's like, that's just it. That's... You could give me more money, you could give me less money, and I'm going to have the same amount of money in the end, no matter what.
Because in the end,
it doesn't matter.
I think it's...
Sorry, Mom.
It sucks. I'm not... My mom can't hear me.
That was a Linkin Park reference.
Really? Oh, fuck. That God damn it.
But I don't... Yeah. Like, I mean, you and I have talked about writing comic books and having really, really rad ideas, and it'd be so cool to get something like that done.
But it's so, like...
But my thing is, I finish the story in my head, and it's like, cool, this is great. This is a great story. This is so good.
I'll sit there and I'll write down little ideas, and I'll be like, this is... Yeah, and I'll just be like, this is really cool.
Yep.
Let's go
done. Great.
And nothing ever gets done.
No.
I have a bunch of stuff for sketching and drawing at my house. And I drew a cartoon Tony Shalhoub. Like, that's what's so good. If someone was like, Kyle, how's that going? I'm like, honestly,
well, here it is.
He's a detective, ask him. And like that would and then they would see a fucking monk.
That's all you need. What more do you need?
But like, not even like a cool looking cartoon of him. He looks very dead on the inside. Like if you took like a super jail version of Tony Shalhoub, almost.
Yeah. That's perfect. What more do you need?
No, I would say closer to like regular show.
Okay.
Him, just like those, like his eyes don't really have emotion. It's just black little circles.
They just are eyes that exist as a yeah.
Ah, man.
There's no I don't know what way to do it.
I had all those I went and picked up all those like books, and I like was reading them. Was this is great, and then like. I was like, okay, well, maybe you should take them back now. Like, you've accrued so many late fees.
Because
it's one of those things, it's like, as much as I want to support a lot of these writers, because a lot of them are fantastic, you're going to get some duds. And I don't know, I think that is definitely just a preference. Because there's people who have loved some comics that I'm just like, could go without it. Like, I don't care enough. Like, I'm not going to go and buy Aquaman comics because I just don't. It's not because he's a pussy or anything like that. No, he's cool, but
he's not my dude.
He's not for me. That's fine. Like, and if he's yours, cool. That's awesome. Like, he's definitely a badass, but I don't care enough to go and spend $3 on him. And there's something. There's like, and then like, I've been turned like I've been turned off by a writer before. Like, not a writer, an artist.
Sure.
And that's what sucks is because, like, I bet some of these stories are fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I don't... Like, you can't... Literally, comics are the best because you can say, well, you shouldn't judge it by its cover.
But you literally have
to. No, not even. Not with comics. Because of the fact that there are variants. So at some point,
yeah.
You're just like, I don't know. Just pick up the one you like the most.
Yeah.
Or hate the least and read. Because the art's probably not going to be the same.
You can't judge it by its cover, but just open it up and then judge.
Judge it by that first page.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Hopefully it's not a fucking milk ad. I feel like that's been one or two before. Or like a fucking Munchkins ad. Because there's all over the back of DC Comics now. It's just like Munchkin.
Not in digital.
I can't go digital. I love the feel. The touch, the feel of cotton. The fabric of our lives.
I know. I miss it. But it's nice to not have shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, it's funny seeing, like, over on the shelf, like, my PS3 collection versus my PS4 collection. Which is just...
4 or 5 games?
Yeah, versus, maybe? Like, 29.
I think that would be good. I think we should set goals, but it's for ourselves, but it would be reminders for each other.
So that's, yeah, I mean...
But at the same time, you just lie to me. Like, that's because, like, I've been through, like, something similar before. It's like, okay, cool, let's both work out. You tell me, like, I should go do this, and then you'll tell me, and then we can tell each other, like, how it went, or, like, how long we did something for. And it's just like, oh, yeah, I couldn't today because blank, blank, blank happened, or, like, blank, blank, blank. So I think it's all personal accountability.
Yes.
But I'm really good at even dodging that.
At, like, lying to yourself?
Yeah, you're just like, well, I couldn't do this because this came up. I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
What's my favorite lie to myself is, I don't have time. Because I fucking have time when I'm scrolling through Netflix for half an hour trying to find something to watch, and I keep landing on Big Daddy, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this, but it keeps showing up. Is this a sign?
Guess I have to. Is this a sign?
Like, it's just...
It's like, yeah.
And what's even better is that when I sit down at my desk, I will pick up my controller.
Right.
And I have the writing utensils and the book in front of me, and I can easily start. I'm just like... Turn the TV this way. All right.
Here we go.
I move seats. But
even that, like, I don't play games because I find it's like the other night I was like I'm gonna turn on my PS4. I'm gonna buy something. Right? And I'm like, there's got to be something that I've missed in the last little while.
Yeah.
And I turn it on and I start scrolling through it, and it's like, but then I have to like look at the TV. Which is a chore.
And it sucks because you feel so like, I want to do this. It'd be so nice to be able to do this.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. There's got to be. Maybe we just don't have. I think we should go on. We should get some meds.
I don't know if it's meds. I don't think that's the answer.
No, let's go. And
I need sunlight. I think that's what it is.
If we got, what's that? Some Adderall.
I feel like that could do it.
Adderall would help.
I feel like there's a cloud. Like
a cloud?
Like, not like a depression or like a, cloud strife or anything like that. But I turn on the PlayStation and I look at the TV. I sigh. And then I'm like, oh, I'll grab the 3DS instead. And I open that up. I'm like, I got all this shit I can play. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'll turn on Pokemon again. And I kind of like it, but I kind of hate it. And I just don't know. And then it's like everything's a chore, but it doesn't have to be a chore at all.
Yeah. No, I understand. I think about the video game thing is like, we're not excited by anything. I mean, like, there's nothing out right now.
No.
Or coming out within the month. What's coming out within the month?
Metroid Prime Federation Force.
All right, guys, thanks. But no, like, there's nothing that is like, oh shit, I want to play this game because I want to see where this goes.
Right. No Man's Sky was the only prospect for that.
But there's
for some people would never. That's the only thing that's like high profile enough that like could have been, but I haven't been. No.
I think, and I'm worried about what games are coming out because. Like, there's Sun and Moon, but that's not till
November.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
And it's been very off-putting.
Yeah.
I will say that. I don't know if it's like, oh, well, you're just growing up, Kyle, or it's like, man, they really fucking suck now. Like, why do all of these new Pokemon, with the exception of 1 or 2, look so fucking ugly? And, like, maybe it's just like when you're a kid, everything's so cool and, like, amazing. And you grow up and you're like, I regret doing that. That's stupid. Or that was
like when you go back and try and watch like Doug, and it's just like, okay.
Like that was, why did I like this? Why was like, I've never liked SpongeBob.
Yeah.
But people like when it first came out, because it came out like 99, like 2000. It came out. It's been around for way too long.
Yeah.
People loved it when it came out and when it was like super popular. It's still going on to this day, and there's still people our age who love this shit.
Mm-mm.
And I don't understand
Never.
how you possibly could.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. I think maybe it's just, we're in that very slow period of exciting things. Like 2017, I just feels like that's the year, and that's all there is.
I know, but we did that last year.
But we already got all of our exciting shit in 2016.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got Civil War, we got Batman vs Superman.
Oh, that's movies though. I mean,
but I mean, like, it's just exciting things.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as games go, we got, and that.
Right.
Did we get anything exciting?
No. I don't remember.
I can't remember if I bought anything. I was like, yes, I'm so excited for this.
It's been a while. It's been a long while.
I'm trying to think.
Uncharted, but even that, you weren't. Yeah,
I wasn't.
I just heard it in your voice.
No, yeah, you're. I mean, while it was nice to be able to visit that world again,
said that like, hey, Kyle, was that lollipop good that guy gave you? Yeah. I mean, I like cherry, but blue would have been better.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was nice to visit that world again. I think it was just like, I'm worried. I worry sometimes that I will one day outgrow games.
Nah.
Or if I'm just not outgrowing, I'm becoming more fond of the games that I loved when I was younger.
It's the same. I'm definitely regressing in that way. Like,
that's what I think it is.
Right now, like, that's why I'm talking about Metroid this month.
Or at least that style.
I'm going back to, I'm going back to, like, fucking games. Like, just games where they were games, there's no tutorial. The tutorial was playing the game like an actual game. I've gotten to that point. But I think there's ebbs and flows. Like, I last week, I unsubscribed to all of my comic books.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I realized that for like a month and a half, I've spent like $20 a week on comics.
That's too much.
I was subscribed to like everything DC's putting out.
Yeah.
But I'm subscribed to all this shit and I'm not reading any of it. Not that I'm not interested in it. It's just like, I don't have time.
I don't have time as I'm sitting there just looking at the ceiling.
Yes.
But no, I'm trying to.
But I will come back to those. Like I bought those, I will read them, and then that's gonna reinvigorate me to go. Oh yeah, I gotta get all those.
Like the last game I played where I was just like, holy shit, this is a game. I love it. Like this was The Last of Us. For me personally, that was that.
Mine was Bloodborne, and that was a year ago.
Yeah, but it's that idea.
And prior to that, I don't remember at all.
I'm trying to remember when you first got into Bloodborne and how far along you are now, and I don't know.
I mean, I got it when it came out, but then I didn't get into it right away. It scared me. And then...
it scared everyone.
Because it just wants you to die. That's all it wants of you. And you do, and then it sucks. It took 6 months.
Life sucks, then you die.
And then, we talk about in between, so that's okay. And we pee on guys in green suits who wear Liberty Bells for hats. I played September was when I got back into Bloodborne.
Okay.
And then, because I remember it was just about 6 months after the game's release. And then I spent 6 months. I spent from like September through the end of the year just playing Bloodborne nonstop.
The Last of Us was such... I'm very much about story.
Do you know what that is? It was because The Last of Us and Bloodborne did something brand new for us, right?
But did it?
It did. The Last of Us was a brand new thing at its time.
Yeah.
The AI with Ellie, that companionship, the nature of that story and how powerful that was. Mm-hmm. Like, this was at a time where we had not seen anything that heavy in games. Yes. I'm not. That's
granted. We haven't played every single game, and I'm not going to sit here and debate.
I'm not
with people who aren't in the room about Final fucking Fantasy.
You and I, in our experience, in our lives, that was
absolutely
the most grounded, the most like. I don't know. That was just like that was for me at that time in my life. Whatever. Like, that's the first time I had seen something like that. Mm-hmm. I had played narrative-based games before, plenty of times before.
Oh yeah.
But in 2013 June. That was so good looking.
That game was. I bought a PS3 for that game.
Yeah, and it held up and like that. But I think the big thing with that was not about what it looked like, what it played like, what the story was. It was about you could see yourself as that character.
Oh yeah,
and you felt a real relationship as that character for that other character, but also like. I don't know. It transcended that game somehow, some way. There's something,
which is weird. Like, how did Naughty Dog pull that off?
No idea. Because they haven't been able to replicate it since.
Yeah,
and by since I mean fine. I haven't played that game. Like, I'm just being an asshole.
It's just, it sucks and it's not unsettling. It's upsetting. I will say that. How did I cut my knuckle? I think that's my thing. Like, I'm finding myself more and more, like having this craving of wanting a good story, and I can't find it. And it sucks because it's like, yeah, someone can recommend something to me, and I would still be like, I don't know.
But everything's predictable now, though, and everything's like iterative on something else that we've already done or seen or whatever. And again, it's back to that No Man's Sky and building the story in your head where you hear the pitch and you're like, oh, okay, it's gonna go like this, and you assume it'll go that way, and then it either does or it doesn't. And if it does, you're like, well, fuck, I was right. And if it doesn't, you're like, well, fuck, that sucked. It wasn't what I thought it was
I wanted it to be better. I could have done it better. Right. Why didn't they let me do it?
But no, I think The Last of Us gave us something brand new. I think for me, Bloodborne gave me something that I hadn't seen before. Like,
and you love that style too, so that helped.
Like that gothic
that era,
right? Totally.
Which is amazing because like that. I feel like even in that, like, while it does give you so much lore, it is a very, like...
That game's unlike any game I've
visually pleasing.
It drew me in aesthetically, being in that world and living in that world. It taught me a lot about myself, which is not anything I ever expected to say in that kind of way, but, like, I don't know. It challenged me in a level that I didn't know I could be challenged, and it kind of, I thought you just, did you whisper Matthew McConaughey?
I whispered mentally challenged.
Oh, I see. So you whispered Matthew McConaughey. I got it.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, I fell, like, way into it. Like, you just, like, it pulled me in a way that I could, it did something that hadn't been done before.
And that's so great. And the thing that's like, one of the best things about it and one of the worst things about it is that game may be the only one that does that for you.
Yeah.
Because
at
this point, you now have that gold standard.
Yep.
And you'll just fuck all, it doesn't matter.
And that's the fuck thing too, is like Demon's Souls before it I had tried, Dark Souls, like none of it. And then it's not only, so I can't go to any of those. It's also replaced Castlevania for me, because to me...
That's what it should have been.
That's what Castlevania today should have been. Instead of just, like, that thing that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or that thing that the old creator is taking and making into something else that doesn't look like the other thing at all.
They need to stop with this.
It's, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a whole other... Ukulele looks good, though. I'll give him that. Ukulele looks like a good-ass Banjo-Kazooie game. But you're right. Like, that's where I'm at now. And I don't know what the next thing is. I think that again, No Man's Sky. Like, that's what a lot of people wanted it to be. And maybe it is for someone. This is their Bloodborne. This is their Last of Us.
Like, someone booted up this game and, like, I'm sure, like you said, your coworker, like, loved that initial feeling.
But he told me, too, I'm done for now. He said when they patch it and they add more content, I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
But there's probably someone out there who's just like, I'm going to visit as many planets as I possibly can. Like, they've probably... I mean, there's no way to... I'm sure for them, there's a way to keep track. I'm sure when you land on the planet, like, it's this, and you might be able to find it on your journal, like, if there's, like, a journal, like, thing. Yeah. But, like, I'm sure there's someone out there who's just like, this is amazing. This is something I wanted to do ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Things like that. To them, it's like, this is, like, breathtaking.
Magic.
But...
I don't care.
Yeah. I would like to try it. I would love to fly around space. I would like certain things. I'm still holding on for a very good Marvel game.
Maybe that Spider-Man game will get it here.
See, if they would release a few more details, I'd love it, you know?
No, they will. Believe me, you'll have more than enough when that game's ready to go. We haven't taken a break yet.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Stranger Things. Kyle's face. And then we'll talk a little bit about some Super Metroid, and about which games we're gonna play in a snowpocalypse later this year. Be right back. Welcome back to the Free Cheese, episode 158. Kyle, you hated Stranger Things.
It's not a hate. It's just like, okay. It's certainly not.
You did the thing. You did the thing where you went, oh, this is how it's going to go, and then it didn't go that way. Or it did go that way, so who cares?
Everyone was like, this show's so good. You gotta watch it. This show's so good. It's so cool. It's kind of got this, like, thriller element to it.
Expectations didn't meet reality.
And I wouldn't say it's this overhyped. I think it is just this... Everyone was like, it's so good. Well, what the fuck made it good? Not Winona Ryder. Get that bitch gone. Fire her. Goodbye. These kids. Fuck off. 11. Elle's so cool. I want my daughter to be Elle. Fuck you and your made-up daughter.
Elle was cool.
Elle
not as cool as Hannah.
Cool? What made Elle cool? Which one was Hannah? She was the one that died.
Hannah was the one in the bar in Philly who...
Oh. I thought... See, I'm losing track of all these characters in these stories.
No,
Well, why did you like it? First, let's tell me why you liked it, and then I'll break it down.
This isn't necessarily a debate about...
No.
Stranger Things. I liked it because the way it was presented to me was, this is those old 80s Spielberg-esque movies in a modern TV show. It is cliche. It is expected. You're going to see things coming from a mile away, but it's just a thing you can enjoy for what it is. So approaching it that way, where I kind of like expected it to just be kind of cheesy, kind of corny, kind of predictable, kind of like, wait, why did you? Okay, whatever, fine, fuck it. You just sort of accept it. I was okay with it there. Here's what I liked about it. That completely made me... I was the 80s when I watched that. Does that make sense? Like, you just sort of, like, you slip into it. There's certain things, there's certain aesthetics, there's certain... it's hard to describe it.
Was it the vests? There were a lot of...
No, it was everything. Like, it literally was everything. It was the phone that she used. It was the Christmas lights. It was the music, the subtle background music that was like just so like chunky and Hotline Miami, but not quite.
Yeah.
It was the style of the character. It was the costume design. It was even though it was shot in modern day, it looked like it was. Mm-hmm. I could smell the 80s watching that.
Ugh.
Right? like I could see the orange couches, you know?
Maybe I feel like then maybe this boils down to a problem with me. And I feel like I'm Stan in that episode where he is what was he
everything's shit.
Everything's shit.
So hold on. Let me think about this.
But I have my reasons. I'm not
No, I know. But hold on. 20 what year is it? You're 23 now, or you will be in a month?
I will be. In a month. Oh my god.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense. I did this. I remember 23.
But it's not like anything, because there are things that I love and find.
No, I know. Yeah. But you're going to go through this thing, like, I don't know. You go through periods in your life where, like, everything's shitty and everything sucks. And, like, you definitely, I've been there. I'm not saying 1-to-1. Like, yes, everyone's 23rd years. It's exactly this.
No!
Here's what you can expect.
My favorite Disney movie, The 23rd Year.
Oh, wait.
It's the 13th year is a movie about a boy who turns into a mermaid.
Is that really a...
It is absolutely a movie.
And it's a Disney movie.
I'm 100% sure.
All right, if you say so.
Things that turned me off in Stranger Things. Winona Ryder. Not just her. Her acting.
I understand.
Well, you had the obvious Andrew Garfield stunt double who somehow got a main role.
You're talking about John Ralphio?
Yeah. Okay. Well, those are two very
of the same.
He was in it.
Yes.
I wish I could do his voice in all of his songs.
Yeah.
He's flush with cash. Mm-hmm. You know. So that was, I mean, I get it. Like, you're this high school kid, but you've got a heart of gold, but you just don't want to show it.
But you know what, though? Like, that kid, he was cliche, but then in the end, he you know.
I can't remember if he lived or died. You know, they lived.
No, yeah.
They ended up being together. Like, that's the thing. Like,
that's what I liked. It was cliche, but then it defied the cliche. Point is, here's where this is why I brought up Stranger Things on a video game podcast. Because if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, as we introduced... At the very beginning of the episode, you did. It's my ghost.
Oh.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast. Stranger Things, EarthBound.
Was you just saying it is EarthBound?
3 boys, 1 girl, save the world, psychic powers.
Yes, but the girl dies.
No.
Oh, spoilers. But does she?
Anyway. Totally separate, but I'm just...
Okay, I know. You're drawing similarities.
I'm drawing similarities. Obviously, they're not a 1-to-1 comparison.
What if they were?
But, what if, as we move forward in this new Nintendo, right?
Ooh, I see where you're going with this. Porn parody. Oh, it's just
right, yeah.
Okay, so a TV show... of EarthBound?
Yeah.
Or just based on the idea of EarthBound? Or you'd want to see, like, an adaptation?
Whatever. But here's the thing. Everybody always goes to, like, we need a real-ass Zelda show or movie. We need a real-ass Metroid sci-fi thriller. No one ever brings up EarthBound. And I think part of it is because it's so cartoony in terms of presentation.
I wouldn't even say that. I would also say just because of its... While it is definitely, like, I hate this word for something, a cult game.
I know.
But that's what it is.
Right.
You know?
So it's not one of their, like, highlight franchises where we think about it.
But that's where they could get away with it. But also, but that's the thing, like, do a Zelda show, but then how the fuck do you put any of those creatures into the mix and not make it look absolutely like a sci-fi TV show?
You wait until 2025 when we have technology that can do that.
Now,
we could do it now. You just need a good budget.
Movies.
You just need a good budget. That's all.
Well, Nintendo's sitting on money.
But this had me thinking where you can totally deliver an EarthBound. Like, you could make a show out of it. Would you
want it to be live action, or would you want it to be...
Yeah. So, I mean, like, whatever. If I get anything that has EarthBound
I think it would be... I think it would work well, because... while I am not familiar with a majority of the creatures in the world,
even ignoring just creatures, like obviously we need to incorporate those. But
yeah. So I remember there's punks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like those are easy to.
Yeah. But think about just in presentation alone, just in time, these kids, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they ran around, like everything they did, even with Elle and her, the way she moved things and whatever, all of that. Like, I don't know, I could totally see it as a, you know what I mean? A little slice of Eagle Land.
Yeah. I understand. I think it's nice. It brings you hope and a sense of wonder of what could be.
This is another thing though, where like Stranger Things, it is not your whatever. It's not what's the last? I don't remember the last like big TV show that I was like, gotta have it. Breaking Bad. Sure.
Ballers. You like Ballers. I know that.
God, I'm such a good fan. You know what? The Night Of. I recently been watching The Night Of.
Is that any good?
I like it.
Well, I know how you gauge things, and I like it. It's like you could go without it, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, you're right. The first episode was like, wow.
Well, it's got that one kid from Nightcrawler in it.
Why do we not play Nightcrawlers anymore?
Why don't we play Nightcrawlers anymore, Frank?
No, but like I haven't. Stranger Things was not like the like.
This is amazing. I need to binge all of this
but
in one
sitting.
But it was
still a little bit of Bloodborne, a little bit of The Last of Us. I have not seen something like this. I have not seen something where it so perfectly does exactly what it wants to do, where it is exactly the thing that it wants to become. It presents itself in exactly the way it wants to be presented. And seeing that and feeling that was inviting and exciting.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be really, really rad to see Nintendo properties treated in such a way. We've had all of these weird rumors over the last few years of the Netflix Zelda show that's supposed to be like Game of Thrones, or the Mark Wahlberg Uncharted movie.
Hey.
Yeah?
You listen here.
But all of these things, like, they're having come true, or they're yet to come true, or we can't really imagine what they would be like, but this would be a good approach for something like this.
I just pictured Danny DeVito.
Yes.
In his classic, like, wife beater with his gun holster, with some pants on, or just his underwear as Nathan Drake. Elena.
He'd be a good Sully.
But, no, it's nice to think about. I mean, while a Zelda Netflix show is...
It's cool, but...
It's a very wonderful idea, but I think that's one that needs to stay in-game, or maybe animated. Yeah. I feel the same thing about Pokemon. Cool, it'd be amazing if you could bring it to real life, but no, I would not back it because I know how that would end.
Yeah.
That's
happening. Detective Pikachu is a movie.
You know it's just gonna be an animated Pikachu with real life people around him.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be. And that looks so out of place, you know?
Well, they could still... I don't know.
But...
I don't know. There was something to... It's just like... And I think this goes to our conversation, too, where we have these expectations that we build, and then... I don't know. But if Nintendo came out and did something like EarthBound Stranger Things, that would completely thwart my expectations, which is dope.
But I think EarthBound could get away with it. Because of the fact that...
It's relegated to this tiny...
It's such a small fraction of the population, as far as the North American population knows about it.
Right.
I mean, and it is, like, I don't want... Oh, Jesus, like...
No, I know.
I don't want people to be like, oh, no, like, it is that. It just is that. Most people... We've talked about it before, when you play Smash, a lot of people were like, well, who the fuck is this kid with the striped shirt and the baseball bat?
For that matter, if they hear the word Metroid, they have no idea what that is.
Exactly.
It's just I saw a funny webcomic that was just like...
But
it was like where Zero Suit's famous. It's like, no wonder everybody thinks I'm just the hot chick from Smash Brothers.
But it would be nice to to see that. And if you could get away with it and have it look nice and pretty, then yeah, do it.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
But you wouldn't be able to do it with any of their larger titles. If it's... hold on a second. He's not even on this.
No, why would he be?
So, but that's the thing. Like, these are people that we know. You know?
Right,
I mean, I will say it is a stretch for some people to have Tom Nook on this.
Yeah, but they still see a raccoon, and he's right above the...
What's that? And then, yeah. But with Ness, it's... As much as I would love an animated Animal Crossing movie.
Oh, man, it'd be rad.
But Ness, a EarthBound TV show would be amazing. Just because I know enough about it to be excited if I saw a trailer.
But even like, when I wear a Ness or a Lucas shirt, I either get called Waldo.
Because those are the colors.
Right. Or,
what's another one?
Or I just get a generic, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that's like that little boy you play as Smash in. For those who know me a little more than... You know.
His name's Smash.
His name is Smash.
His name is a Smush. Smush. But, okay, I understand. I see where you're coming from. But I think it is different from... the way I was explained as to why I didn't like Stranger Things was because I didn't grow up in the 80s. Therefore, I never appreciated that time.
Me neither. I was born in 89.
But I also feel like that's... Yeah, like, that's a shitty fucking, like, reason. Because that's, like, the idea of, like, I love all of the old SNL cast and, like, those seasons. And I wasn't born to enjoy it. I wasn't around to love it and see it live.
But you still can in retrospect.
But I think it was just, like... I've never been a fan of 80s movies.
Well,
I'm trying to think of a few like of those like Spielberg movies. Like I could give a fuck.
No, yeah, I never. Like, I still haven't seen E.T.
I won't. I don't want to watch E.T. anymore.
I don't care.
I've seen it so many times. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over. I mean, I haven't seen Stand By Me, but they're like, there's a lot of parallels between Stand By. I don't give two shits. So I don't care anymore.
But, I mean, if Nintendo wants to make EarthBound into a show like Stranger Things and treat it seriously and give it a cool, like, really... I think the dope thing about Stranger Things for me was... Story, fine, yeah, cliche, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. The dope thing about me was it took a thing that it wanted to do and it brought it to life. It successfully created a theme and a feeling. And that, they nailed that part, and I think that's the most important part because... You're able to believe that world exists. That's the important part. When I said I could smell the 80s when I watched it, I mean, like, I can look at this show, and it's so real that I can...
But you think if that's that, like, that's the world.
Bloodborne, The Last of Us. That's why those things are great. Kyle.
I was just thinking about Bloodborne.
It's December. We've just returned from Walmart. We've got green, forest green sweatpants, forest green sweatshirt.
They're probably cheap at Walmart around Christmas time, too. Or expensive.
Our hearts are racing a little bit because we slipped just slightly when we made that little left turn out of the parking lot. Because while it's not totally down, the snow's still starting to trickle. Roads are a little slick. Lights are growing dim. But we're settled in for the week. What are we going to play? Here's what I got. So here's what's coming out between now and the end of the year.
But real quick.
Yeah.
Don't you love that? Like, I will say that's the one thing I love about winter is the silence.
Yes.
That snow has this deafening effect.
Yeah.
And I don't have to hear my neighbors yelling at each other.
I know.
And like if a car crashes in the distance.
And everything around here is a senior citizen, and they all fly south for the winter. So that's...
Is your neighbor going too?
We'll find out.
Anyway.
I'm going to skip the shit that I don't care about.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, here's kind of what we're looking at. The next big thing coming out this year, BioShock the Collection. fine, but these are not.
I have never played a BioShock game to completion.
Oh, really?
Never to completion. To be honest, the first one scared me a bit. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stress my life.
Recore.
Oh, we saw that one.
The
little robot girl.
Yeah,
the robot thing.
Persona 5.
Nope.
Dragon Quest 7 on the 3DS.
No thanks, not Alex.
Yeah. I'm just skipping a lot of stuff. I'm just sort of like throwing out some of these.
Well, that's not fair. I will say, like, is it weird that like you'll hear like people who like talk about these games and they love it so much? You're like, I wonder what the appeal is. Not because like how in the fuck am I like is it like fun? Like, should I try it? Like,
which one was that for? Oh, Persona.
Dragon Quest 7.
Oh, that
or whatever iteration this is.
Yeah. Paper Mario.
Get
Color Splash.
Get another one.
Yeah. Wii U. Gears of War 4.
No, thank you. Goodbye.
Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration on PlayStation 4.
I'm okay without it.
Now here's where it gets interesting.
Oh, great.
You got your PlayStation VR.
Whoa!
So you got Drive Club VR, Res Infinite.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna spend $400 on Christmas time.
All right.
On VR.
Skylanders, Imaginators. Okay. Battlefield 1.
No.
Civilization 6.
I've never played any Civ games.
They're fun. Now here's a big one, obviously much sought after. The Last Guardian.
Okay. This is not... I'm not trying to attack this game. That's not what this is about to be. It's I don't know what it is.
I don't either. From what I gather, adventure game.
So is it a sequel?
Nope.
What is it?
Just a brand new game.
So why is everyone talking about it for years? Was it supposed to come out on a PS3?
Yeah. So Team Eco made Eco back on PS2 in like 2002 or 3. I can't remember now. They followed it up with a spiritual successor. Kind of, sort of. Took some similar ideas, but whatever. Shadow of the Colossus, 2005 for the PlayStation 2. Same team comes out in... Well, they started working shortly after the release of Shadow of the Colossus on The Last Guardian. And I think in 2008 or 9? It must have been 9. So 3 years had passed. They debuted the game, and they said, here's The Last Guardian. You're a little boy and you have a bird dog friend. And it'll be out. Here it comes. That's it. That's all we heard. That's all we saw. That's it. Just dried up. Nothing.
Why was that?
I have no idea. That is a story that's yet to be told. But the game just disappears. We don't know what happens. And then it's brought up all the time. Hey, where's this game? Here, where's this game? Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game? No one will say shit.
Could you imagine working on a game for fucking 7 years?
Yeah, well then it keeps going. And keeps going and keeps going. And then like we start to see it and you're like, no, it's coming. It's definitely coming. PlayStation 3, yes, it's still a real thing. And then eventually it's like, no, it's not. Like, PlayStation 3 is way dead. What are you guys doing? So that's kind of why everyone's talking about it. Because it was supposed to come out a very long time ago. Like in the time that they developed it, this is an old adage by now, but Naughty Dog released 4 Uncharted games.
Oh my God.
And The Last of Us. At this point.
What the fuck?
Like, there's
5 games under them.
I was in high school the last time they released a game. And I'm nearing 30 and I just bought a house. So,
Jesus Christ.
Let's think about that. But I still don't know. It's a big old adventure game. Play with a bird dog. There you go.
Huh. Maybe.
Titanfall 2?
No.
Battlefield 1?
No.
We already talked about that one. Skyrim's getting re-released on PlayStation 4.
Oh, no thanks.
Yeah. Cartoon Network Battle Crashers.
Oh, we discussed.
We did talk about this. Yeah, in our group chat just about this game. This is a side-scrolling beat 'em up with Cartoon Network characters, which Potentially just a fun little thing, but I don't think that's going to take the big...
God, no.
Dishonored 2?
Maybe. I have yet to play the first one. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, the first one, I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
It was like I got really excited about it, and then I played it for a couple hours, and it's like, oh, you're like Bioshock, but not Bioshock. And you're kind of like Splinter Cell, but not Splinter Cell.
Oh.
You're kind of like... It was a kind of everything, but kind of nothing.
Like, it wasn't it itself.
Yeah, but this one you can play as this... the female, because there's two lead characters, and the female lead character looks like a lot of fun to play, and like a really, really cool... I don't know. That one looks neat, but I still don't know if it's going to grab me. Watch Dogs 2?
No.
Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon?
No.
But what we talked about earlier was really like those big games.
As far as I can tell from that list,
nothing.
It honestly, no. I will say The Last Guardian. I think that if I read up about it and read more, and like, but the thing is, like, I feel like there's not enough about the story itself.
Yeah.
So I will have to wait to get more invested.
Now here's one that's a Kyle game. Final Fantasy 15, which was just recently delayed till the end of November. But
why?
I don't know.
Why is it a Kyle? Because it's I mean, obviously I know you're kidding, but like, I just think I need to cut it out. If a movie had 15 incarnations of it.
Yeah, but this is not actually 15. You know what I mean? Like, looking at, like,
it's
really...
more than 15.
No, I know that. But this isn't really, like... The Final Fantasy name doesn't mean anything. Like, it's not that... It's just...
Well, yeah.
I mean, it means something. But this is more... It's like... Bravely Default was technically Final Fantasy whatever. But they didn't actually call it a Final Fantasy game. They called it Bravely Default. Whereas this, they don't need to call it Final Fantasy. This could be called...
Fuck 'em true.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's just... They use Final Fantasy just to attach to it. It's not like... They're not all connected. They're not all part of one same story. They each have their own separate stories. They each have their own different timelines. They're all different gameplay systems. They're just... Whatever. Yeah. Gravity Rush 2. I could play it. Steep. What's Steep? Oh, that's that Ubisoft game where you snowboard and shit.
Oh, SS or whatever. SSX.
But not. You know what?
What's that?
This might be the one. Oh, God. South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
I don't think that'll be the one.
You don't?
Still the one I run to.
You don't think that'll do it?
I think it'll be a nice little binge game, but I don't think it'll be like...
No shit.
Excuse you?
I don't know. I feel like that would have been my...
I don't think that's going to be the one that's like, oh yeah, back at it. This is so good. I think it'll be like, oh, okay.
I don't know.
I think I just need to find a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And just... This is what I picture my winter. Me, 64, Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
A mug of hot coffee. And by hot coffee, I mean hot chocolate.
Sure.
And then just playing some games.
Sure.
Playing Donkey Kong Country. Playing Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
Playing Mario 64. Playing the Pokemon Snaps.
Wait.
I have a 64 and a Super Nintendo.
Oh, I see.
I'm alternating.
What about
a sip, play a game.
What about Super Metroid? So, to bring us to a close, let's talk about Super Metroid for a minute.
Burn it.
Super Metroid, that's the retro spotlight for the week. It is an old video game, released in '94.
Totally the wrong person.
Thank you. Super Metroid, it's weird because it works in two ways, where it's both sequel and reimagining of Metroid. Metroid starts, you have Samus, planet Zebes.
Great.
Bounty hunter needs to take the planet down. The Metroids who are there, she's fighting the space pirates. They've used the Metroids to try and, for evil or whatever. So the end of the thing, you defeat Mother Brain, you kill a couple Metroids along the way. Okay, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, time to fly to SR388, kill the rest of the Metroids. At the very end of it, there's one little baby Metroid left. Samus, her heart, pounds for the boy. She can't kill the baby Metroid. She's got to, save him. Keep him in captivity, but not kill him. So she takes him back, leaves him with a bunch of scientists so they can do some research to figure out everything they can about the Metroids. So here we are. Super Metroid opens up. Super Metroid tells a very, very dark, bleak story in a matter of moments without saying anything, without doing anything, with just showing some scenes. You see broken glass. Metroids and scientists are dead. So, yeah.
That happened.
It's kind of it. So now Samus is tasked with finding
this Metroid,
but going through kind of everything she went through in the first game. And so you fight Ridley again. You fight Kraid again, who were in the first game. You fight some other shit along the way, but then you also, in the very end, when you go to fight Mother Brain again, you see the baby Metroid on the way. And then the baby Metroid ends up coming and helping you out when you're fighting Mother Brain. And it all comes full circle. It's all part of one big story. Which is cool, because you never think about how much depth this actually has back in this era. But Super Metroid, by far, one of, maybe but definitely one of the best games on the Super Nintendo of that generation, of the 16-bit era. Still holds up masterfully today. Another one, too, first time you play that is a...
I want to feel that's how I am with a lot of games. Of course, you can get an emulator and whatever and play it that way. But I want to feel it the way that it was meant to.
Yeah.
That's.
Yep.
I think when I think back to when I had a Super Nintendo. Obviously Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Land, sorry, and
World.
Super Mario World, sorry, Worldland, Universe Galaxy. I know there was this Yogi Bear game that I played a lot.
Classic.
Goof Troop? I was a firm believer in Goof Troop and that it was one of my favorite games. I still remember this one level where you have the grappling hook and you have to hit these stones to solve this puzzle and then you can move on to the next location. Obviously, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Classic.
One of the best. Loved it. Didn't want to play it alone.
It's a good multiplayer game.
Because, I would get, not, scared, but, I can't do this alone. I can't, do everything that I should be doing.
Yeah.
What else was there? There were a lot of good games, and that's the thing I had. I would love to feel Super Metroid, the way that it was supposed to. That's the other thing, when you think of, Super Nintendo, I don't think of, dark, So I think of, lighthearted, fun, little, silly games, Don't cover your mouth little... don't do that ever.
No, I was trying to block my... I had a laugh and then a cough in one thing, and I was trying to stop it so it didn't get the microphone. That wasn't a playful Hannah laugh.
But I think if I didn't have to spend an arm and a leg for it, I'd buy it. But that's the thing, I wonder how much I have to go. Because that one retro game store in the mall left. Not there anymore.
Oh, really?
The White Marsh? The one that was right by the escalators?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now replaced by a Metro CPS or PCS. CPS.
CPS took her baby. CPS took her baby Metroid.
Oh.
That Samus couldn't
kill. That's the title.
Right. And then next week when we talk about Metroid Fusion, that same Metroid, maybe not the same one, but Samus and the Metroid saga continue.
I miss my Game Boy Advance, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I want to buy another one.
I was thinking about
if you haven't played Super Metroid, go do yourself a favor. Grab that. It is on the virtual consoles for actually all of them now. The Wii, the Wii U, and the 3DS, if you, of course, have a new 3DS that plays Super Nintendo games. Or as Kyle said, you go track it down, physical card form. Don't know how much you can find it for, but I'm sure pretty penny. But yeah, Super Metroid is one of the best games ever. I love it. Anything else on that one?
No, but I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking about stuff. GameCube games. Now I've moved I'm moving through generation in my head.
There's a lot of anniversaries this year. You got 25 of Super NES. Mm-hmm. You've got 20th of N64. Mm-hmm. You got 15th of GameCube.
Jesus.
10th of the Wii. 5th of the 3DS.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Everything in 1 year.
There's no the 5th of the 3DS? Of the 3DS.
Of the 3DS.
How?
2011.
Those when the 3DS came out.
Yes.
Are you sure?
March of 2011. March 26th, 2011.
Jesus Christ.
I think. I don't remember if I'm exactly right on the 26th, but yeah, it was March 2011.
Holy fuck.
Because the Vita was February 2012, and the 3DS was a year prior. But yeah, a lot of anniversaries this year. Are you looking up the date?
Mm-hmm.
And
as soon as I can learn how to put in words.
You go to Bing.com.
Oh my god. Hold on.
March 27th, 2011.
Yep, right here, 8th generation.
But yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was off by a day. But yeah, February 26th, 2011 in Japan. March 27th.
That's disgusting.
In America.
That's so disgusting. Holy
5
shit.
years, dude. 5 years. 6 years by the time NX comes out. That's the way it goes.
That's just...
I know.
I don't like time.
Me neither. 5 years. Where were we? I was younger than you 5 years ago, boy.
5 years ago, it was 2011.
Yeah, it sure was.
March of 2011, I was getting ready to graduate high school in 2 months.
Oh my god.
I was probably mentally checked out at this point. I mean, I was the editor of the high school yearbook, so I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. I was the coolest kid in town. Everyone wanted to beat me up.
It's true. Yeah, March 2011. Dude, I was not with Katie.
Well, you were almost, right?
Yeah. We almost met. Just a few months away.
Okay, wow.
God, I don't know. Did I have long hair? No, I didn't have long hair.
I did, I think. I had longer. I had really long hair.
I don't remember at all what was going on at the beginning of that year.
2011.
I think it was when I first bought I think it was 2010 when I bought a PS3. I don't remember. No idea.
Where was I working? I don't even know.
I was still delivering pizzas.
I was working, I think.
Yeah.
It feels so long ago.
It feels
so much has happened in 5 years.
Yes, it feels way longer than 5 years actually is.
Someone tried to have a 5-year reunion for my graduating class. Number one, those don't exist.
They did that for mine too.
Number two, you don't tell people a week before. Mm-hmm. And number three, don't make it out of some shitty fucking bar that I don't want to go to.
That's how it always goes.
Come to this bar. No.
Here, I'm going to teach you something because mine's coming up on the 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Take me over your +1.
No, you don't go to them. That's the
I want to go. I want to become super successful. And when someone's like, Kyle, what do you do now? Then I just spit on them.
Right.
And I say that.
Here's the thing. The people who organize these things are the people who still live in high school and never left high school. And the best time of their life was when they were in high school.
Oh, my girls and I would always do, my class.
And now they're depressed and drunk.
Yeah.
And all they do is go to shitty bars. So when they organize these things to remind everybody how things used to be, the only place they know to go is to the depressing shitty bar. Yeah, everyone's
Jesus Christ.
Everyone is D. Reynolds. So what you do is you delete your Facebook. You don't talk to anybody you went to high school with anymore. Problem fucking.
Well, I told you I did with my Facebook reunion page, right?
Right.
It's Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Yes.
Let that be known.
Well, here we are. I thought this was going to be a very, very light show.
Well, it's not. It's a heavy show.
And I thought it was a very heavy show. I thought it was going to be an hour-long show. Here we are, clocking in nearly 2 hours again.
2 Howards.
2 Howards.
2 Howards.
2 Howards and a girl named Hannah wear some green sweats. I really do want to go buy green sweats. I bought gray sweats last year. And I made the right choice because I've cut them into sweat shorts.
You can buy sweat shorts.
I have a pair of those as well that I bought.
Well, you buy the ones... I got these ones from Target that are like this terry cloth material. So comfortable.
I don't know about the terry
Pockets
cloth.
in the front and one in the back. Don't know why there's a back one. I'm not going to walk around outside in them unless I'm going to, like...
Yeah. The only use I have for sweatpants pockets is to carry my 3DS from different floors to other floors of my home. That's it. Or to carry my amiibos or snacks.
Oh, this is loose M&Ms. I've been thinking about what I want to be for Halloween this year.
Yeah? Bring us to a close with this.
For Halloween.
Tell me this Halloween choices.
Did you hear Hello One? That's not what I want to be for. Like I said, I want to think what I'm going to be for Hello One.
Hello One, yes.
Hello One. I don't know. I don't have any ideas yet. I just think about Halloween a lot, as everyone should.
Halloween's my favorite thing. I was thinking Wonder Woman, but I also don't know what
gender swapped Wonder Woman.
No, I just like that fucking her in that movie, and I think
that movie.
It's
Captain America, Civil War.
She's in Captain America. I don't know what else to be, and I really, really liked.
I just want to go to the science center thing.
Oh yeah,
because I forgot what that was like. Flying dog? No, it's not flying dog.
No, what I want to do is just I want the Wonder Woman not only so I can be the Wonder Woman because she's rad, but so that I can clash the bracelets and rig it in a way that every time. Well, not only will they spark, but they'll just.
Well, you could probably just have someone nearby at all times.
That'll be your
I'll be the guy in the bushes. I wanted to be. I don't know. Halloween's so fun. And I think about it. I want to be something creative that I can.
Oh wait, I got it. Oh, I'm gonna be.
Wait, you're gonna be? Are you gonna be the guy in green sweatpants?
You fucking got it. Can you imagine just walking around green sweatpants and a green sweatshirt, just knocking on people's doors with a plastic bag? Oh. Hey! Hey! My leg hurts! Give me candy! CPS took her baby. This has been the Free Cheese episode 158. If you love this episode as we did, and you should, find it in all of our other episodes. Oswald, we're wrapping up the show. Find this, all of our other episodes on thefreecheese.com, over on iTunes, where you can rate, review us, subscribe to us, have it show up in your podcast app every week without having to press anything or do anything or think about it or go anywhere. While you're over on thefreecheese.com, if that is where you opt to listen to it, or if it's not, just go there anyway, because it got a redesign and it looks really nice. I like the way it looks. You like the way it looks. Mark likes the way it looks.
You're gonna like the way it looks.
We're all gonna like the way
we don't guarantee
it looks in green sweatpants. This has been a green sweatpants episode. That might be the title.
The green piece.
The green
piece. I want to call CPS on a real woman.
Kyle's on Twitter at NotKyleM. The Free Cheese is on Twitter at SomeFreeCheese. I'm on Twitter at The Free Cheese. CPS is on Twitter at Green Sweatpants.
No, there's a real woman who I told you about her and her shitty kids. Her one kid fell in shit.
Yes.
I want to call CPS and I'm not a humanitarian by any means.
Really? I always took you for one. That's kind of
once said in a nice way that if the homeless problem persists, that we should have when we have to control deer population.
Yeah, I thought it was that you said we should use fire in the streets. Is what
fire in the streets? That was
your
I mean,
I don't know.
I want to call CPS on them.
Right. We will be back next week with episode 159. Who knows who will be here?
It's a surprise for everybody
It's
involved.
a surprise where we never know. I'll probably be here.
Take on the
but
go.
here's the twist. Maybe you and Mark would do an episode in my basement. I won't even know what happened.
It's in the middle of the night. You walk down, and we're just like, oh, hey.
Yep.
Sorry, we're wrapping up. Can you go back upstairs?
Yep. Good night. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to bother you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us the last 2 hours. Thank you, Kyle, for recording the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll see you next time.